Good Friday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel that talks about all my dogs, my cars, my trucks. I got a dog in the house that decided to come out. Come on, get out. Yeah, it talks about all my cars and trucks and SUVs and motorcycles, the addictions, and the scout dog that didn't want to come out because he was stuffing his face, but then he decided to come out. Oh my gosh, look at my property. I mean, am I the car lot? Am I the car dealership? I mean, just good Lord. Wrong with me, right? I mean, I get it. You watch my channel like, Jesus Christ, dude. How many cars do you need? Hey, good Friday morning there. Thanks for all those that tune in my channel, watch my channel, appreciate all support, all the nice comments, and just try to share stories, ideas, views, attitudes that maybe can relate with you. That's all it's about. And I'm not bigger and better than you. You're bigger than better than me. I can bet you that. Probably have more money in your bank account than I do, because how money go? Oh my gosh. It's all the other bank accounts, not mine. But anyways, wow, what an adventure. What an adventure yesterday. You got to hear this story. And look at the landmine. We have landmines. I mean, look at all the tennis balls. Look at this dog. I bought a dog that's so much like me. He can't freaking get enough of anything. Has to have a gazillion things. So, wow. I should be laughing. I should be crying. I'm not lying. I should be laughing. And, you know, this whole week, I've tried to use the numbers, numerology, the numbers game of number 1, number 2. Monday was 1, Tuesday's 2, Wednesday's 3, Thursday's 4. And today, of course, it's 5, right? So I just thought to myself, how do we make that a conversation as I get rid of my remote control here to get the barn open, because I'll end up closing the doors when I'm in my office. But anyways, oh my gosh, how do I keep the rhetoric, how do the theme, the information, the entertainment, the goofiness? Here we go. Put my coffee down. Get the troublemakers upstairs. But you here, you're a problem. Come here, Ginger. We gotta have a plan here. There's a plan here that kind of works. Come on, get up there, everybody. You guys get up. Go on, get up there, Ginger. Yeah, see. Go on, get on there. Get up there. Get up there. Stop it! That keeper dog. He's just, man. He'll wear your butt out, man. I would not recommend anybody getting a German Shepherd. I can tell you that right. Why'd I do it? Why'd I do it? You know, I was never a German Shepherd guy. I never was. I'm just telling you. Not that they're not good dogs, but man, they're just nonstop, man. Wear your butt out. So anyways, the adventures, 5. How do we take 5? You got a 5-speed transmission? I mean, yesterday, actually, I didn't think about that. Maybe I brought it up. I talked too much. So, do you remember when there were just like 3-speed cars, 2-speed, 4-speed? I mean, I can still remember just a 4-speed automatic car, 4-speed manual car. And then over the years, you got the 5-speed manual. Then I went to 6-speed manual. And then all these cars, I remember when Dodge released these Challengers and Chargers, if I'm right, they have like an 8-speed auto, if I'm right. I mean, just so much information. But Jesus Christ, you go to present day between GM and Ford sharing transmissions, these are now 10-speed autos. It's beyond unbelievable how we've gone from just a single speed. But then you kind of backtrack and you go over to these electric vehicles, and it's just a 1-speed wheel motor. I think Tesla has 2-speed wheel motors, maybe. I'm not real sure on that. But these cars over here, they're just 1-speeds. So in some ways, they're archaic in comparison. Then you go to the motorcycles. Motorcycles, for the most part, have been like 4-speed, 5-speed, 6-speed. I don't know of any 7 or 8-speed manual transmission motorcycles. I don't think they're out there. Somebody knows better than me. And of course, over the years, they evolved the motorcycles into these dual clutch transmissions. So, which I used to have. I used to have the Honda Goldwing, which was the dual clutch transmission, automatic. And I just thought that was the real right bike to have. But in all reality, oh my gosh, the birds, look, the birds are here. Crapping all over my damn vehicles. Oh my gosh, they're already here. The bird crap has already begun. Yeah, should I be laughing? Should I be crying? Oh my gosh, after yesterday going to the Harley dealer, I should be in tears. Yes. Oh my gosh. If you watched my video of my adventures yesterday, late in the day, it was kind of a touchy thing. That is really bugging me over there. I got to go put, I'll take care of that. I should start soaking it. What do you think? Just to go over there and put some water on it? Would that be a good idea? Just to kind of start, does that actually, ruin the seed? Probably. I mean, these birds, they are so bad in my barn. Oh, my gosh. This is just so bad. This looks fresh. So in all reality, that's actually kind of good. A lot of my people who watch my channel are like, hey, man, you got these Indian rugs. You need to give them up. Yeah, right. Yeah, got all these cars, all these different vehicles that aren't Indians, as the Indians are evaporating. So, anyways, sorry, I just don't like my bike having bird poop all over it, and I got to clean it off. You know what I mean? I'm sure everybody here would be on the same page as me. Where else do they crap on? Shoot them, right? Yeah, shoot the damn things. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so the adventures, the never-ending adventures of me having to have something different. But I talk about it all the time. I buy back what I had. I mean, have you seen this story? Have you seen the story of every vehicle I have? For the most part, I've bought it back. This is now like my 4th Raptor truck. So I've had the Raptor and then I've sold it only to buy it back. This is now my 5th Bronco. Only to sell the Bronco, only to buy back. Look at the Mustangs. I mean, the Mustangs are a new generation. The Challengers. Look at the Challengers. If you watch my channel, you've seen on how I sold a smoke show Challenger only to buy the damn thing back. I mean, what the heck is going on with you? I sold my Gladiator only to buy a Gladiator back. It just doesn't end. Oh my gosh. Wow. So, how do we take the number 5? And what I thought to myself this morning was, okay, what are maybe the 5 greatest cars of all time? Or 5 greatest trucks of all time? Or the 5 greatest motorcycles? I mean, that could take, I'd be talking for the whole day. It isn't going to work. So I thought, okay, what about me? People always reach out to me and are like, what's your favorite vehicle? And I'm like, that's hard to answer. I mean, how do I answer that question? So I thought to myself, okay, we'll use the Friday conversation. For me, yeah, all about me, right? Yeah. Well, in all sincereness, I'm just sharing information what makes me excited. And I've had people reach out to my channel and say, I bought the Ford Power Boost because I watched your videos. I bought the F-150 Tremor truck because I saw your videos. I bought the Bronco because I saw your videos. I mean, I've had a lot of people weigh in from my own experiences to say they've done something. So just like around my driveway, what could I say presently are my 5 favorite vehicles? In all sincereness, I can probably kind of pick that out because the Jeep Grand Wagoner down there, I'd have to say that Wagoner, the black vehicle, that Wagoner is probably one of my all-time favorite full-size SUVs. And I've had a lot of different SUVs. The Jeep Grand Cherokee next to it, that's more of my wife's car. So the Grand Wagoner would probably be my favorite all-time really great vehicle. Then you go to the truck side, and it's going to be the Ford Raptor. I mean, I truly believe the Ford Raptor truck is the most fun factory vehicle you can have. That is just a great package. And here the thing is, I buy them over and over and over again. So I'd have to say the Ford Raptor truck is my favorite all-time truck I've ever owned, per se. The Ford Power Boost over here is right there with it. I mean, that's the more practical vehicle, but it's just a really fun vehicle is the Raptor. The way the Raptor rides, the big tires, the way it looks, it's just one of my all-time favorites. Here's number 2. You go to the Broncos, this is very challenging because even though the Raptor Bronco is so nice, the birds are hearing me talk to them. They're not happy. I mean, you heard them? Jesus Christ. It's that time of the year, man. If you watch my channel, these things move into my barn and they start, and I know people tell me to get this and get that and get this, and Jesus Christ. Yeah. So anyways, the Raptor Bronco, okay, it's no doubt, it's probably my favorite Bronco, but it's hard to come to closure on that because the Wild Track is such the better package. It's such the better value. It's such the easier vehicle to get in and out of. It has every bit as much fun as the Raptor does, but it doesn't have the bulbous look. So no doubt, the Raptor definitely has a badass look to it. I think in the right paint combination, the right angle, so it's very challenging. But once again, I'd have to say then the Raptor Bronco is my all-time favorite ever SUV off-road style vehicle over the Jeep. Well, I had many Jeep Wranglers. I've had tons of them. I would own that over the 392. I mean, sincerely, if I wanted 392, I could just trade that for 392. I'd rather have that. I think that's the better vehicle, even though it doesn't have the power, but it's just a really cool vehicle. So there's number 3, right? We got the Wagoner, we got the Raptor, we got the Bronco. So now you go to the cars. You know, keep in mind the race truck, that's badass, that's fun, but it's just so not versatile. I mean, it's a choppy ride. I mean, it doesn't really have any room in it. I mean, so it's a cool truck, it's a play truck. But now you go to the cars. And this is where it kind of gets even more challenging because I've been such the Mopar guy throughout my life. And if you watch my videos from yesterday, I drove around this Super Bee. I tell you what, the exhaust is so lame. It's incredible how I went to max custom exhaust. And in the end, for me, it's just blah. It's just blah. It's just boring. Boring. This is such a sedan car. It is such a cool looking car. It is. But it's a sedan. It's an over-the-road car. It is such the refined feeling car. Oh, here we go. At the, well, I used to stand up there at my gate with my child for so many years. Hard to believe it. I did that for like, how many years? Wow, just it's all gone, poof. So challenging, right? Challenger. Now, the Dodge Challenger, me being a CUDA guy, that's always been one of my favorites because it's such the theme from when I was a kid. And then you come over to the Mustang, and I was never a Mustang guy growing up. I was never a Mustang. I didn't like the Mustangs. I wasn't a Ford guy. I was never a Ford guy. I mean, so if you go to the heavy duty series, I really didn't talk about that because I don't know if it's just, well, maybe we will. So we're on number 4, right? This is number 4, talking about the cars. So, you know, the Mustang, wow. The Mustang opened my eyes up, especially my first GT500. That's really where I got my channel going. If you go back to 2020, I think it was like February of 2020, pre-pandemic, I bought my first Ford Mustang GT500. And I was just lucky to get that car right before the pandemic because I had an order on one, but that thing was never going to populate. And if you watch my channel, you never saw me. Yes, if you really go back to true beginnings of my channel, I saw my face. I didn't want people to see me. I didn't want to be the guy that bought something that starts putting his face in front of everything, like he's some celebrity person that everybody knows. So I didn't show my face. My original beginnings of my YouTube channel, it was real simple as far as just me sharing my buying cars and driving around and sharing my experiences with my cars. And it was instantly me now comparing my Mustang GT500 to my Hellcat Red Eye. I had a octane red Hellcat Red Eye 2019 wide body and with the peanut butter interior. So I would compare those two cars. And a lot of my Mopar buddies would get really mad because they just didn't like the fact that I was giving the Mustang more favoritism to the more fun vehicle. But the Mustang is so much more fun. The Mustang is so much more fun than the Hellcat. The Hellcats. They are. They're sportier. They have the rev matching. Even the 10-speed autos. Even that DCT that I had. I have videos. I'd be going down back roads, not even touching the brakes in Tennessee, hauling butt in back roads, showing you on the video on how I'm using the engine to brake the car as I'm going down the road, and I'd nail it, and then I would get the car to downshift to that DCT, and I'd rev up the RPMs to slow the car down without even touching the brake. That car was so much fun. It was such a badass car. It really was. It was more fun than these cars. These cars are sedan cars. You just you get much more exhaust. I know they pipe in the noise to the Mustangs, so there's maybe an unfair advantage there. I get all that, but it's just much more enthusiastic. So in all sincereness, I'd have to say the Mustang, even though for me, I want to choke up when I'm saying it, is probably my all-time favorite performance car. The Hellcats are really cool looking, really neat. You just don't get that same thrill experience. So that's number 4. So as the cars, SUVs, the trucks. So now we go to the motorcycles. What could I say is my all-time favorite motorcycle? And here is the thing. Wow. Anybody out there really watch my channel? And I knew this. I've bought things so much in my life where I just know when you buy something, it tanks in value. And so a total eye-opener yesterday. If you really channel, I mean, wow, beyond wow. So I got this idea, they say the hair up your ass. Is that what they say? So I got this crazy idea yesterday that I think I'm going to get rid of my CVO. And I'm going to buy back either my Fast Johnny or I'm going to pick up a new 24 Street Glide or maybe even a Road Glide. So late yesterday afternoon, I mean, I'm not lying, it was 2:30 when I had like an hour ride out to Winchester. And for me, I do not like riding at nighttime. I despise it because you just can't see as well. And I'm out in the country, you got all the freaking animals. I just don't like it. So my number one goal is not to ride at nighttime. And some out there, they ride nighttime. That's great. That's you, not me. So anyways, I really took a risk of going out so late in the afternoon to get that dealership and then start mulling over what we could do to buy a motorcycle. And I even shared it on my channel. And I even shared late yesterday that I would explain in more detail on my morning conversations what really played out. And so beyond believable. What do you think this motorcycle is worth right now? What do you think that the auctions are seeing with a brand new 2023 $45,000 CVO, latest, greatest? Be so lucky to get one, even though Harley Davidson totally screwed the pooch. Yeah, they screwed the pooch, screwed the guys like me because they overbuilt these things. Had I known last August that Harley was going to mass produce these CVOs, I never would let go of my CVO Limited 2019 or my Fast Johnny. I never would have done it because I'd be like, no way. I'm going to be so buried in this bike, you'll never get rid of it. Oh, what does Harley do? Harley goes out like dumbasses. Yeah, if you're listening to me, Harley, Mr. Puma Man and Kitty Cat Lady, you're a bunch of dumbasses. You totally ruined the CVO market. You totally have this thing where everybody's rich. You watch too much MSNBC. I mean, it's beyond believable. You listen to Joe Biden too much. You guys are idiots. You flooded the market with a product that, for the most part, dealers can't sell. They can't give away. Right now, out there at Skyline Harley, if you want a brand new 2023 leftover CVO Road Glide Whiskey Neat, they're taking close to $8,000 off the motorcycle. Did you just hear me? That's a steal. I mean, but it's not a steal because once you buy it, it can be worth nothing. So yesterday, I rode the new Street Glide, and it's so strange. On that Street Glide, the handlebars. And keep in mind, the danger is I'm riding around on motorcycles now that have much higher handlebars. But the first thing I got on that brand new 2024 Street Glide that I noticed was the handlebars are so freaking low. And the bike is even low. And so I sat out, I was like, man, I said that in my video. So now we took the bike up the road, and Riley rode the Fast Johnny, and we just rode straight up the road. Hey, kid, how you doing?
Hey, Dad. I gotta go to Ella's really quick to get something.
Okay, that's fine. So, anyways, what are you taking, the Mustang?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you get to hear the Mustang start up this morning, everybody. The kid's gonna run up the road real quick and do this and do that, and the dog knows you're here. But anyways, so we ride the Street Glide up the road. Nice vehicle. I mean, it's nice. It's definitely refined, definitely powerful. It's a great bike. So, but once we get up to the gas station, we switch bikes, and I get on the Fast Johnny, and oh my gosh, that Fast Johnny is so the retro Harley that, to me, it's the more favorable Harley right now because it's just, they don't build them anymore. You've lost that, all this technology, all the infotainment center, all this stuff that you've lost all of it. And I think now that having more of the retro bike, because here's the challenge. I have the latest, greatest Harley. And why do I want to have all the latest, greatest Harleys? I'd rather mix it up And that was the whole point of me going to the dealer is I just feel like having two of the brand new CVOs that in so many ways are the same. Now you hear that car? Did you hear that car? I mean, that car there is where I put that Roush exhaust on it, an H-pipe, resonate or delete. And that car there, that thing has life. I mean, that's what it's all about with these freaking engines, ice cars. Listen to it. Look at that light up there in front. That's kind of weird. Is that coming through on the... I never even noticed that. That is so strange. So it has lights like shine inside the grill there. Is that kind of neat? I never even noticed that. Wow. So there goes the kid. Yeah, guess what her favorite vehicle is right now? Oh yeah. If you're watching my channel and you saw her response when I first brought that car home and she saw her white Mustang, she didn't want that car. She was like, I don't like it. I don't want anything to do with that car, Dad. I don't like it. I don't want it. And so all of a sudden now, since I did the exhaust on it, I did the lowering suspension on it, and I did the shorty shifter, all of a sudden now, this car here is her absolute favorite Mustang. I'm not lying to you. That white Mustang, we traded that for that, which that was really the better way to use my money being spent every month while the white car sat in the driveway. So the kid will do the rev matching. She'll do all that stuff. She likes that stuff. She's a motorhead. Here she goes. One of my neighbors was walking their dog, and they're going nuts because they think that she's hauling butt because of the noise of that engine. I'm not lying. So the neighbors literally like throwing their hands up in the air, look at my daughter, like, slow down. My daughter's doing 28 miles an hour through the 25 mile an hour neighborhood. And so it's like, what are you talking about? The police neighbor, right? The Karen. It's a Karen neighbor, just so you know. But anyways, so we take the bikes, bring them back, and I'm convinced that the Fast Johnny, I think, is the better way to go because it's the retro Harley, and I really regret, you heard me, I really regret giving up that Fast Johnny. Huge mistake that I made. I'll admit it. Anybody watch my channel? I'll be the first to raise my hand. Shouldn't have done it. So now I'm like, all right, let's do this here. And they're taking close to $6,000 off the Fast Johnny to try to get a deal done this bike. So now they plug in the numbers, and we put an application to Harley-Davidson Financial to trade this out for that Fast Johnny. What's really cool is, my big goal is, this is a lot of debt, and I want to get the debt down on something else. So I'm not happy with how expensive this bike is. It isn't worth it. It needs to go bye-bye. But guess what? That ain't happening without me spending a ton of money. This motorcycle right now is going across auction, $28,000. Oh my God. This is classic. Every CVO Harley I have bought for the last 10 freaking years, I don't care if it's $38,000 or $50,000. When you go to the dealer, it's the exact same number. I'll give you 28 for your CVO. And then the story is, CVO guys don't buy used CVOs. CVO guys buy new CVOs. Oh my God, beyond believable. You just hear me? This right now, it's so bad in what Harley's done to the motorcycle market. And don't get me wrong, I know the motorcycle market, the car market, everything's in a shambles. I get all that. But for the first year out, this bike is only 7 months in the market. You're talking August, right? August of last year. 6 months, whatever it may be. And this bike is already tanked in value. So they run the numbers. And sure, can I buy out the bike some and get the, can we make the numbers work? It's possible. So we go to Harley-Davidson Financial, and it's the same old story with Harley-Davidson Financial. They want 25% interest to put a loan on that bike. And I'm like, it wouldn't matter if you guys paid me $40,000 for the bike. I'm not doing no 25%. These guys are the worst. Harley, you're the worst when it comes to this financing. I got this bike at 10.89%. They're totally abusing it. I got that. I got this brand new bike through Performance Finance for 9.99 financing. And keep in mind, I have a lot of stuff. My credit score is in the 600, low 600 range, because I have too much stuff. I mean, it gets down to 580, 600. I'm even blown away that Freedom Road gave me 9.9% financing, but they take good care of me. Harley, they abuse the thing. They just like, nope, no way. Hey, Mr. Iceman, we know you've been with us for 12 years, never missed a payment. During the pandemic, you made every payment, never had any missed payment ever. You've had 3-4 bikes of this. We don't give a crap. We don't care. Here you go. Here's your stupid ass rate. Screw you. You're out. No way. So, but once again, for anybody out there that has friends that have a Harley Davidson Road Glide or a Street Glide CVO, share with my channel that you have a $28,000 motorcycle. Now, keep in mind, the dealer can play numbers with you. Oh, the Fast Johnny's 33. You bring your CVO in. You know what? We'll give you 32 for it. Okay. Well, for the record, the dealer's already discounting these leftover Harleys that are now competing against the new ones, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, if not more, to get them out of their showrooms and to get the new ones. I want to buy back my old CVO, or I should say my old Street Glide Fast Johnny up there at Chesapeake Harley, but he's like, you won't be able to get the deal done. The interest rates will be terrible. But here's the thing. That bike, they're at $28,000, that bike. They paid me supposedly $31,000 when I bought this bike, okay, supposedly, all right? It's a $34,000 bike, brand new. So and the new ones are $28,000. So there's nothing being gained. The only thing I would gain is I get back my bike, which I put the Reinhardts on. I put the cheap-ass front windscreen on, and I put the baggers on. Other than that, that's the only thing I really did do it. So in all reality, just to buy the brand new one, you know, I can put on slip-ons, whatever. So one thing about that Street Glide, just like this bike here, the Road Glide, the new ones, these little fairings, these little windscreens do nothing for you. Nothing. Even Riley, the sales guy, when I was on that Street Glide, it's like riding this. This is like riding that in so many ways because there's so much wind in your face. So for every person that buys a brand new Road Glide, Street Glide, I guarantee you they're going to change out the windscreen. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, I would, because there's no protection. You're getting killed. So anyways, so back there at the dealership, I left, and I'm just like, you know, there's no way. There's no way I'm doing that deal. But I like the Fast Johnny bike. So now the thinking cap's on as I'm riding home last night. So as I'm riding home, it's an hour ride back. You watch my channel, you see me riding back in on the bike. Beautiful evening, a little cool, but not too bad. Got the heated grips. So it was a nice ride back, enjoyable, and I got some time on this bike. And this really is a nice motorcycle. And comparing this bike here to this bike here, I mean, they're so close. They're so close in the personalities. Yes, this has a little bit more of an aggressive look. Yes, this has a little better back Showa, rear suspension, the Showa front shocks, blah, blah, blah. Has more power. Yes. So this is definitely a little 25 pounds lighter. So this is a little bit more fun and more nimble than this one here, but it's not so radical that you don't have fun on this motorcycle. This is still a very fun, confident, comfortable motorcycle. They couldn't get the trying to start the engine duplicated. Maybe we'll do this morning. Let's see if this happens. So what happens is the bike starts up, but then it stalls. But then it goes through a cycle where it won't restart. Now, I just primed it. Maybe I should prime it more than once. Maybe this thing needs, because it's such a big motor, and I'll do a 3-time prime. And this is where it's so stupid how you're turning all the accessories off and on. Terrible idea whoever did that. It's in neutral. Let's see. Let's see if she dies. Yep, and I wrote it, so I think that the odds are now it's not going to happen. Get a little gas. Now let it warm up. So it's not doing what it replicated yesterday. But, and they even tried it, they even put it in the back shop and hooked it up to the computer. They're not seeing anything, so who knows? It's the VVT. I'm the guinea pig. So anyways, so as I'm riding back home, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I really like that Fast Johnny. I really want to get that bike back. How do I accomplish it? Voila! Whatever you say. I have a great idea. I have another bike in my collection that's financed with Freedom Road that I could get rid of for that Fast Johnny. In fact, the Harley dealer this morning is working on that deal. Yes. The Harley dealer, let's say they open up, they're going to try to see if I can give up one of my bikes that is financed with Freedom Road and give that up for the Fast Johnny. Which bike do you think it is? What bike do you think I'm going to part with? Is it actually in the garage, or is it maybe in the trailer? Now, in all sincereness, it would be really cool if I could take my Road Glide CVO 2021, but here, that's the retro bike. So in some ways, why do I want to get rid of that? That's the retro bike. Wouldn't it be smart to have a retro CVO and the new one? Wouldn't it be in some ways smart to have the new Street Glide CVO and a retro Street Glide? I mean, I don't know. I mean, just thoughts, ideas. So anyways, so this Fast Johnny story isn't over yet. Now, whether that deal goes down or not, I don't know. You'll have to stay tuned for today's channel for if that plays out. And yeah, am I crazy? Yeah, but here's the thing. It's me picking up a Fast Johnny at a huge discount, and I just think that's a really cool bike. I liked and had more fun. Even our bike is more rigid. That bike is definitely more rigid to ride. It's a stiffer ride than the brand new 2024 bike. Now, meanwhile, I'm going to get in a tractor. I've been doing other things. I got a tractor. I think I got a guy coming by on Sunday to buy that tractor. It's got to be pretty cool because I'm replacing it with a little better setup for me. And a dealership, what they're going to give me for it versus if I can sell my own, it'd be more money in my pocket, and that's the goal. And I've been holding out of doing that deal, and I'm holding out and still holding out, so I'm probably going to hold out another day or two, or we'll see. It doesn't really matter. So that's a whole nother adventure. But here's the thing. I didn't realize a new Harley Davidson Street Glide CVO with the Harley paint theme is $50,000. So Eisenhower Harley has one of those in stock. And when I saw that price on the internet, I thought they're jacking the price up. So I called my friend Steve up there and Jimmy, and I said, oh, what's interesting is their key general sales manager that was over at Baltimore Harley, if you're watching my channel, and you saw my daughter and I go over there late one day to pick up a white breakout, the guy that works there is now working at Chesapeake Harley. So, did he watch my channel? Did he see? He was blown away on how they got the deal done, and he couldn't get the deal done. So that's what that's about. He's blown away that I went to Chesapeake Eisenhower, took my Street Bob, and I was able to trade that in and get Harley to buy a deal. Yeah, that wasn't the nicest either. Harley wasn't that nice on it, but it's not as big a debt, so it's not as big a deal to me. But yeah, Harley wasn't very nice on that, but I got my breakout, and I love my breakout, and I need to get the breakout out and ride it, right? Because the weather's kind of cooperating with this. But anyways, the whole point of this is the CVO Street Glide, brand new, with the Harley Davidson paint theme, is $50,000. So if you're in Florida, that's $3,000 sales tax. If you're in my area, that's going to be about $2,200 in sales tax. And then you're going to have the admin fees and blah, blah, blah. $55,000. Close to, if you buy extended warranty, blah, 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 $60,000. If the dealer does the setup and freight on that $50,000 Street Glide. Now listen to my conversation here. Street Glide that has a special paint theme on it, and you get suckered into all that, you'll have a $60,000 CVO that when you go to trade it back in, you're going to be told it's worth $28,000. Now, sure, granted, maybe that one gets you 30. Maybe. Beyond believable. So once again, anybody watch my channel and you have friends of the Harley, you need to share this information that these CVOs from Harley have already tanked like you can't believe. And so here's the next thing you have to scratch your head about is Eisenhower Harley is having 35 2024 Harley Davidsons delivered today. 35 of Road Glides, Street Glides, no CVOs, but oh my gosh, wow. So already Harley, and then the Skyline Harley here out in Winchester, they got like the same type of shipment coming here with the next 30 days as well. So Harley is flooding the market with all these brand new bikes. What's incredible is, if you're watching my channel, As far as I know, from last week when I was there and bought my brand new CVO ST, there was the first 24 sale for them that day. Another couple there bought the Whiskey Fire Street Glide. I believe it was a Street Glide. That was number 2. As far as I know, that's it. All the other 2024s are still sitting there. And I know it's a dead of winter, but you got to say to yourself, wow. So Harley's getting ready just to flood the whole market with all these brand new bikes when they still have a good amount of 23s. If you're smart, money-wise, you buy a 23. But here's the next thing I learned as well. So Harley, in some ways, is getting so desperate, they're churning, they've just recently announced the lease program for buying motorcycles. One of the sales guys there was explaining that to me, and you can call your Harley dealer, get much better in-depth information than me, but apparently Harley is now letting you buy a new motorcycle with a lease program where you only keep it for X amount of time, and then you let it go, and they're going to buy it out from you based on the residual, if you know lease things. But this is a first for me. Why is Harley doing that? I mean, I think it's because Harley has no choice. They have so much product sitting on their hands that they're resorting now to the poor man's motorcycle. I used to always call it the poor man's Hellcat. It pissed me off like you can't believe when I went out and I had to pay premium price for a Hellcat. Be so lucky to get one. Look at those exhaust tips, huh? How about that idea? When I had to be so lucky to get a Hellcat, I get one. It's like the Obama administration is being alerted that Dodge can't build them fast enough, and they need to go after Dodge because they can't build these things fast enough. What a bunch of freaking malarkey. Anytime the government gets involved in that stuff, it just destroys it. So Dodge overbuilds all the Hellcats. So they can't get rid of them now. So they create the poor man's lease. That's what it was. You could buy a $70,000 Hellcat, and you were sure it'd be worth at least like $45,000, and you just put down like the first month's payment, taxes, and then you had a $500 a month payment. Meanwhile, I was a guy stuck with like a $1,500, $1,600 a month payment on a car because I got suckered into buying the damn thing at full price, and I didn't. The lease program wasn't available when I bought mine. So here's Harley. What's Harley doing? They're creating the poor man's motorcycle purchase, which is just now probably going to degrade the market probably even more. Wow. It's going to be really interesting of how this year starts to play out on the true doom and gloom when all these other YouTubers preach every day of their life. They have this big announcement every day of their life on their channel on how all the car dealerships are going to go out of business. The used car prices have been destroyed. The list goes on and on and on and on. And so if you listen to Lucky Lopez, he claims we're 60 days away from seeing the reality to how the car market has crashed. Because all these car guys, come on, pups, let's get up here. All these car guys, especially small car guys, are having their credit lines and banking relationships pulled. They're having they don't have the money anymore to buy cars, to sell cars. And he's getting phone calls more than ever on dealers wanting him to buy their cars out. He claims he has one bank that came to him for 100 cars. 100 cars. And what he's saying is, gotta get some water here. He's saying that the banks are so desperate to get rid of these cars that they are going to sell them to him, but he doesn't want them. He's running out of room, and he's going to auction, and his cars aren't selling either. But the bank called him numerous times and finally said, okay, and he gave him the stupidest numbers in the world. 2 days later, the bank called back, and they accepted his offer. Where it's like he has now these cars he's paying little to nothing for, just for the banks to get off the books. Wow. So what does that do to the market? And he's like, he even says on his channel that he has to be very careful. He could destroy the market by going into these auctions and letting these cars go well below what other guys are paying for cars. So is the doom and gloom right here on our step? Gotta wonder, how much longer can this media machine support the Biden regime? The Biden regime. We have a regime in power. There's people out there that are Biden lovers. You're crazy. Are you listening to Mike Johnson? Did you see what Mike Johnson did this whole address that he had here just yesterday. Even Elon Musk published this on X, and he asked everybody to read or listen to this address. You need to find Mike Johnson's address about this illegal immigration. It is bad. It is bad. We probably are getting ready to be in a civil war in this country, and people will take that the wrong way. The Civil War isn't going to be it's going to be the Democrats and the Republicans. It's going to be the foreigners. The foreigners are going to create the Civil War. I mean, truly, that's going to happen. It's so bad. You have to listen to the numbers of all these illegals coming into our country that can do whatever they want and they have no consequences. And I'm not lying to you. And they're getting paid to live in hotels, paid to have a phone, paid to have food. I mean, it's beyond believable. And then they can do whatever they want. And the consequences, for the most part, are zero. And so, yeah, it kind of gets a little heated, a little debatable. But for me, as a U.S. citizen right now, man, I just sometimes lay in bed at nighttime and wonder, when do you hear the guns and the mob showing up in the neighborhood that starts just taking people out of their houses and shooting them and gets crazy? When does it start happening? Because all these illegals are these young men. What are they doing here? It's really bad. I know it kind of goes extreme, but I just think for anybody here watching my channel, it's people, you're scared to talk about it because you get shamed. Just like right now, this last bit of my conversation, does YouTube throw a strike at me for talking about what's going on in our country, to talking about what Elon Musk, to talk about Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, is vocally broadcasting to the general media, to our country, that this Biden regime in power is not doing the right things, and it's borderline undermining this country like never ever seen. And it's bad. It is so bad. What are you going to do? So what are you going to do? I mean, that's where we are. What are you going to do? And everybody's just going to sit around idly until the chit show shows up. But anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. So it's the 5th day of the week, or the 5th work day, I should say, the week, Friday. So I kept the numbers thing going throughout the week, and I hope everybody enjoyed all the morning conversation, and I really do appreciate all those that watch my channel, and I try to stay within reason of being informative, and yikes, it just doesn't end. My dogs just unplug everything. I'm over here with my computer. All right, that's it. I'm getting distracted. I get it. All right, what am I going to do next, right? And hey, I didn't cough one time, did I? You know what? I barely drank any coffee yesterday. And if I just stop drinking coffee, I think the coughing thing just goes away. I mean, that's just what it is. And hey, some people are reaching out on my channel, and they're wanting to know how to get this sticker. And once again, it's IceHTV comments at gmail.com. Anybody wants a sticker, 1, 2, 3, I don't care. I've got a ton of them. And I was telling you the other day, I'm so intrigued to get creative on my channel, reward those that watch my channel, that every now and then I hide a $100 bill somewhere in my shop or my office, and the first person to email me, they get $100. I'm really seriously thinking about doing that. And I'm not going to do it like every week. Good Lord, I don't make enough money in this channel to pay out $100 a week. I mean, you may think I make all this money. I don't. I enjoy making channels. I enjoy making the YouTube thing. I just enjoy it. That's just who I am. I like to talk. You can tell. And if it was all about the money, I'd be long gone a long time ago. So anyways, as always, stay tuned. Does a Fast Johnny find a new home? And what's going away? What motorcycle am I going to part with? Make that happen? I don't know. It's 50-50. Does it happen? I don't know. But stay tuned. Watch my channel and share the channel. And help others maybe learn something from a guy that's crazy. Hey, God bless. Have a great day.